laughing your ass off at my team.
There's also...
Shut up. He's a lock. He's in your team. He's a lock.
Yeah.
He's a lock. What?
You don't even have the bond. Did you not learn your lesson last year? You also got Fire saying that he's going to become a full-time midfielder. Nice hair, by the way. And
I think it's weird.
played 3 games. Now, we said that last year. You know why? He's a year younger. He's a year older. He broke down last year. After how many games?
This year?
They're always huge.
They're always huge. Have you seen him though?
Say it like that. You got Reed at F2. My Reed is at F5. There is a stark difference in our forward line. A huge difference in our forward line. My forward line will smash your forward line spacing.
So you're...
Welcome back to SuperCoach Masters. Thanks for joining me and Maddie on a nice Monday
night. Champ, it's very late, but the kids are asleep, the kids are fed, the kids are bathing. I just had an energy drink boost, George. You're going to be in trouble for today.
Stop.
How you been?
You smell
How much?
so bad. Like at least an 8.5 out of 10.
Of?
10.
Oh no, what do I smell of?
Penis.
Penis it is, guys.
I'm not going to say the other thing.
What, cigarettes? Oh no, the other thing. No. The C word.
All right. Welcome back. If you're new here, please subscribe. We are going to get into a big week of SuperCoach trade-ins, trade-outs, our trades, how we went, and so forth and so such. Matt Z's, where do you find us?
Champ, I got no idea. I find you in this suburb, and it was 20-minute drive.
20-minute drive. Oh, you must have left pretty late because you were late.
Traffic, all the traffic that comes down.
I appreciate you being here. You're very accommodating.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, I think you respond better to when I'm an arsehole to you, so you're going to get more of that. So
yes!
Step by. Now, let's check out how our teams went over the weekend.
I don't know much. How did you do, Jeff?
Let's look at Matty's shit team. All right, Matty.
The best team of the round.
Is it 2002? Is this correct? Did I do it all right?
I think so.
Sounds good. All right, Matty.
Let's have a look. I'll look at your phone. I can't be fucking looking at my phone.
All right, look at that. Yeah, that's an okay
Jeff,
team.
I got in that
Matty.
Steele. How do you like big sexy Steele getting 143s?
Right, you just get kissed on the willy every time.
No, he just keeps getting better. He got
something.
119, 126, 142, 100. He's going to get 156 this week. He's just going to get one step better.
Now your boy Heaney comes back. We was holding up your team for a while.
Had 3 Premos on the bench with Grundy, Heaney and Dacos. I got rid of, what's his name earlier. I saw that everyone that got in English and have English, my tier goes for you boys. But great for us.
You missed English and Bont. You must be pretty stoked about. And Petracca. You don't have any of them. You just...
Neither did you. Just got the Bont.
Still,
but
it hurts.
But look his break even's 140. You'll probably get it.
You'd hope so, Bont.
You'll hope so.
I'm so.
But no, I was going to get out Grundy, but then when I saw English just score, I'm like, I don't want to bring in English next week. So I thought, let's just keep that ruck. So Roberts pulled the trigger early.
Pulled the trigger on Roberts.
I pulled the trigger on Roberts to get Steele.
Now, some would say that is a bit premature on Roberts, especially because DPP is incoming.
But also, I don't need the DPPs anymore because look at those. Will Graham will come in and Baku Karmas will find his way in a spot. Bonner could find his way there, so I don't need too much DPPs.
Now, Tyler Brown, your superstar saviour from last week, with 29 this week, is the cash dried up?
He's got one more week of gin. He's got one more week of gin. And
it's not going to be this week because he's got the bye.
That's right, that's good.
Perfect. Just going through the team.
Just drop for next week.
Now, there's Matty Crouch. We'll get to Big Crouch in a minute, and some Sanders stinking up your field. Ooh, Matty. Yeah. Now, everyone wants to ask you a question because you're pretty happy you didn't get on the Petracca train and you're happy about it. You didn't get on the Reed train and you were pretty happy about it. Last 2 weeks, what's happened?
Oh, well, look, if you got Jake Waterman getting 176s, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible if you got Jake... Was it Jake Waterman?
Yeah.
I don't even know what number he is, what he looks like, but he got 176.
Got one of those
and I guess, I think... I don't think Richmond have a midfield whatsoever. So
27 touches to Harley
Reid. How many games do you think they're going to be winning?
James got a 91.
My whole point is that's good. It's great.
Do you miss him?
No, I don't miss him. I never had him.
I know, but do you miss not picking him?
No, because
no, you're going to say yes, and it's okay to say yes.
No, I don't. No.
All right, no.
I'll stick with my dry Clarks too. Thank you very much.
He's going to make 250k. All right, let's get to my shit team.
Champ, that is shitter than... Let me have a look. My goodness.
You said my goodness before you even saw the team.
I know. So you went early on Graham. Who did you get in? Martin?
I get in Nick Martin. He was the lowest scorer of the premiums I was actually really considering. And you put in the highest of yours because I saw you were considering last week a couple of others.
Oh, yeah, I was considering English.
Yeah.
And Bont.
Yeah, and you navigated that pretty nicely. Matty, do you want to bag anything on this team?
I actually, you got rid of McCutcheon early, which was good.
Yes, I did.
Before he got that. How much money did he lose?
I think he lost about 20k.
That's still 20k better in your pocket, Jaws. Who actually, you got rid of Berry, who won the kicking,
you got
the
like
winning
30.
goal. It doesn't matter. It was still the best game of the round, that one was, when Berry kicked that goal and I really hurt those Blues. I love Blues. Zach Williams, champ. Zach Williams, he was on a 72 at half time. He just doesn't know how to play the second half. What do you think? But I think with McGovern, with Sard out, the kick-ins...
I think he's got to get a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another 70, but I'm expecting his floor to raise a little bit higher.
Hope so.
And now they're going to make some... I'm really happy at the moment. Without Sharp, I'm still pretty happy because I got, the Darcys, the Dempseys, Williams, all making cash with D'Ambrosio, all the ones you want. I'm pretty happy with the cash gen at the moment. I want a little bit more on the bench.
Well, champ, Draper gets forward too.
Draper outscoring that Brown.
Well, not when it counted. Not when it counted in the best 22, champ.
I know, champ, I know.
But what else, champ? What else is new? Good team.
Now, that's our shit teams.
Yeah.
Now let us get into the coffee shouts, Masties.
By the way, did you realise I did beat Geordie again this week by about 6 points and I'm high up on the rank?
Amazing.
Champ, thank you.
Milk it while you can, buddy.
I will, just
all
like
right.
you did for only 2 weeks.
Mr. X, how you doing, champ? We got 3 coffees from the X-Man.
Shut up, he scored that much.
And no, this was previously. Had a very decent week. So he shouted this coffee after our last podcast.
Okay.
Because we do this on a Monday. So if you want to get it in, Sunday night, Monday morning is your best time to do it.
Yeah.
So do you think we need to stick tough with these underperforming mids like LDU or ship him to a Steele who seems like he's a top 6 to 8 mid for the season?
He's a top 4 at the moment.
LDU will need to pump out a fair few 130s to get back in the running. Also, I don't have Facebook. How else can I send a step from team? We've already taken care of that for you. Keep up the great work, Cheech.
Well, yeah, Steele is definitely going to be a top 4.
If you had a Dawson or a LDU, it's a bit too late to get rid of them, don't you think?
Champ, I would give up right now. You would.
You would give up, would you? You just
would
stop
you?
playing Super... No, of course not. Because I've had that many shit players.
We're still trying, using all the boosts we can.
I know. Boost out of it. But no, if you got Dawson or LD, you got to stick them.
Just get a bit of it. Oh, you reckon? I don't know. Like, what did Dawson get on the weekend?
It's not good. But, you know...
How bad?
Yeah, I think it wasn't more than a 90. So, I think it was like a 60 maybe. I know he kicked a goal. I'm going to have to double check that.
Well, look, LDU, did he do any bad?
LDU got like about an 80 or a 90. So
yeah, they're both crap.
They are, but they are getting to the prizes where people that don't have them, they want to pick them up. You know, if Dawson gets sub 500k...
I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're shit enough because they've lost that much cash that you can't get rid of them. And they're not good enough.
You just got to hold.
They're not going to be a premium unless you do something.
If you had a stinky Dawson in your team right now, are you holding or are you trading?
You asked me this last week and the week before, and I said trade him.
Are you still trading him?
I'll still would trade him now. Like it's too late. Now I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what to tell you now. It's like
some people still have Dawson.
He could make money. Like that's how low.
Well, there's no Matt Crouch. Yeah. They're going to be playing, I think, Essendon, and I think. You know, Dawson, this is what scares me. Dawson and Laird were the 4th and 5th highest CBAs for Adelaide Crows. So there was Saligos ahead of them. They're
just out of form.
Yeah, no, well.
And Dawson has been rotating up forward line if you haven't noticed.
And Laird, I think, has been playing...
Dawson's role is pretty bad. I would rather keep LDU before Dawson at this stage. They're both roles are pretty
They're pretty damn cheap, both of them. But now, let's get to CJ Samura. Hey, legends.
I'm a boy.
Fairly good week for me. Jumped up the overall rankings now. Sit 1570 overall. What a superstar. Tough week on the trade table, so keen to hear your thoughts on some potential trades. Keep it up, fellas, and enjoy the cafes. P.S. Jordy, this is a week you need to bring either Heaney or Steele.
That's my boy.
Watch me fade them yet again. And cost me dearly.
So Heaney is averaging rank 1 after all of those buys.
Surely Sheasel's going to be pushing him.
Sheasel. I think Jack Steele could be pushing him, champ, to be honest.
It is. Now that takes us to the Kick Sunt Hall of Fame, Matty. And if you look there right now on the screen, guys, we have CJ at number 1.
I heard the rumour.
This is like, you know, people with champion data, it's like saying, oh, this stat hasn't happened. No one has overtaken Wahab since he joined the podcast.
So it's like the
in 2023.
Heaney's averaging more than the Bond. He's on top of the ladder.
That was happening round 2. So
that was happening.
This is wild. And CJ thoroughly earned new rookie. He's like the Harley Reid this year because he is the best rookie that anyone could have in their team.
I'll call him a Khaleesi, but anyway, that's the best rookie.
It's Khaleesi.
I'll call him what watch, champ. All right?
Okay, buddy.
All right,
Someone's
calm down, diddly.
Calm down, mate, because zibbly. And a shout out to CJ, in fact, and the Wahhabi, speaking to them all weekend about the football. Superstar blokes, Matt Seeves.
What are we doing?
Now, Matty, let's go talk about the most traded out players. This is, if you missed last week's episode, we're now doing the most traded out players, top 20, and the most traded in players, top 20, and we're going to bag or praise what the masses are doing. Matt Seeves, Matty, look at me. Matty, look away from me. Matty, look at me. All right. Let's talk some Supercoach.
I'm trying to get that stupid message you sent. All right, so the most traded out players. Are we talking about the most traded out or traded?
Let's go traded out first, because I want to see what everyone is doing.
Most traded out. All right, we're going number one, Petracca. That is a no-brainer. 14% of people that have him. He got a 2. He did lose
16.6.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but you know what?
Well, you don't want to hold him on for another week.
If you think about it, he's only made 80k for your side as he is.
Is he gonna? Do you know how many weeks he'll be out for?
Well, last I heard, because this is Monday, but last I heard that it was cleared of any serious damage, so he will be getting DPP.
Get better.
But he does have a really poor score in his name, and he's going to be losing more money before making. If you are keeping Colby, it's going to be a little bit longer term. So I would be advocating him to go.
I'm so glad I didn't get him.
Yep, that's a good one.
Jai Clark, I don't know if you should be getting rid of him because he's just so cheap, and who cares if
he's actually only made 20k less than Petracca.
He's made nothing.
Well, I know he's only made 59k, Matty.
And then his break even's like a 72. Like
he's got sub written all over him, and this is without Dangerfield in the team. So I don't like Clark in my team. But I don't know if I'm going to waste a trade to get Clark out to make 60k.
No,
so
I don't like that trade. Just hold on. Who cares?
Now Howes, So now next one, Blake Howes, Matty. He's a real easy one to trade because you got Graham and you got Colassi if you didn't go early on him. And if you get a 102k rookie for him, you're literally making about 124k.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And that's a good profit, even though Howes hasn't made much.
Especially he's on his buy. He got you another 3k just to this way to break even. But no, I got rid of Howes last week for Khaleesi. You got rid of him, yep. So,
and then when he was on 25, 26 at quarter time,
I knew we would do that.
I did knew we would do that, but I also knew he was shit. That's why I traded him.
So there you go. So he's gone. Yeah, that's a smart trade. Sanders champ. Now this is controversial for me.
This isn't, well, it's not just for you, Matty Stink. It is also controversial. Sorry, I know you didn't like it.
Matty Stink. Wow, that's a new one.
I'm not breathing in your shit smell while I'm in the body.
Chap,
sorry, Chap.
I can smell what you had for dinner with your
I haven't even eaten yet because you came late.
Shut up!
Okay.
Anyway.
What happened to dinner?
Fucking
Jasmine tea.
Jasmine tea.
Okay, whatever.
What, you got your period or something? Anyway.
What does that even mean?
It means you're a little bitch.
Oh, okay. Anyway. Guys, let me know in the comments if drinking tea makes you a bitch.
Let him know. Jamie, make sure you let him know.
Jamie,
you too, Docky, Makali, let him know he's a little bitch.
CJ, let him know that he's wrong.
CJ, CJ's on my side anyway. All right, Sanders, back to that. Controversial.
All right, Matty.
Controversial. Champ, Libba's not concussed, by the way, according to Bevo.
He's probably...
He's not...
He's 1 foot in the grave.
His eyes in the back of his head and his... Anyway, but he's not concussed.
Apparently, there was no signs of concussion still, but they just done it because the vision looks bad.
Right.
This is why I don't pick these 35-year-olds because they're going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, potentially. So you think the liver is a heart attack, a stroke?
That's fucking something.
It's something. Anyway.
I see his head. His liver's head didn't hit the ground in that contest where, who's that loser? Stringer tackled him to the ground.
Who's that loser? His old best friend. I don't know, man. His break even is still pretty...
I don't know, man.
His break even is still pretty low. Liver out. You'll think he'll get another run.
Thursday night game? Thursday night game.
Up.
So you can put him as an emergency. I kind of feel like Bevo has been kind of like, really ran by the journalists.
He made a point that, it's for his development because he's young and whatever. But like
he wasn't happy when he got subbed off.
He spat the dummy, threw the mouth guard, he threw the bottle, he's almost crying and...
requested a trade to West Coast.
Yeah, he's so leaving. Like, see, this is what happens, Bevo. Players like that, why would you want to play for that idiot? Anyway, requested a trade to Tasmania. I think that's where he's from.
Whatever.
Anyway, so I don't know, Joel, do you think he's a good option?
I think he'll play, and I think he'll play a full game. And every game that he has played as a full game, I think he scored pretty well. I think his only 2 lowest numbers were the sub, obviously, and in their 40s. I think he plays a full game. I'm even kind of considering leaving him on the field and looping Wilson is in the midfield. But You can trade him out. That's perfectly fine. It's not a bad time to do it. But if he gets an 80 or a 90, don't be too surprised. I think he was on his way to one of those pre-sub.
I think he's got one more week for me. Maybe.
I mean, he could get you at 100.
If he gets a DPP, he will. I think he potentially
I don't
could
think
be
he will.
No.
Because,
We'll
I don't
find
think
out.
he will.
We'll find out. I'm sure we'll post.
If he gets a DPP, he's F6.
If he's F6, yeah, for sure.
Actually, F6, highly read F5.
There you go. Caleb Windsor, champ. The next one out, I'm pretty sure that's safe. Melbourne's got their bye.
Get rid of him.
He scored a 30-odd crap, so get rid of him. It's time to go. Jake Carroll.
He's an interesting one because he's really, really good. He didn't score anything lower than a 60 when he hasn't been the sub, which is just the one time. He actually is a very, very good player. I think Welsh best being back early just really hurt him and hurt his cash flow.
And let's face it, champ. Chera's still to come back in that midfield too.
Well, yeah, it's like...
I think, I don't know if I can get rid of him just yet because I've got other people.
It's really unfair to the players that jumped on Jack Carroll because if he had another 1 or 2 games without Welsh, he could have made at least, I reckon, 200k.
Well, he's made
118.
That's pretty good. Let's have a look at his break-even champaradoos. I should get it on my other phone when I will. But no, I'm an owner of him. I think I will hold him. George, if you had him, would you trade him or do you think it's...
I really like him. I mean, if there's other... you've got to assess all these players in the teams. Like, I would trade a Howes before him. I'll probably trade him before Sanders. That's for scoring potential and...
sub risk, but who knows?
If you want to trade him, it's okay. But like, if you know he's not going to be a sub and you can wait to that game, I wouldn't mind seeing a full game from him because I know he can get a 70 or an 80 even. So Carroll's not too bad to me, but.
Jules, how many people were subbed or subbed off in your game? You had Colby McCurry, like Jai Clark got subbed or was subbed. Sanders got subbed off. Jack Carroll was sub. Few boys.
Clark.
You got rid of Berry and Berry was sub as well.
Yeah. The sub is really hurting because you don't really know if
all my money makers. There you go. I can't see what the break even is for Carroll Champ. What is it?
Okay, it's 46.
46. So okay, you can do that, but maybe one more week. James Jordan. I don't know why people will still have him. I
mean, if all these people, assuming the 24% that still have him, have kept him through his bye.
I know.
Now I don't know why, but I imagine you guys have a good reason. But if you kept him...
Maybe because he wasn't going to go down and they had another target that might have went down.
Maybe. And he's playing Gold Coast. I mean, it doesn't really matter when you're James Jordan because you're pretty shit. I wouldn't be surprised if he got dropped. But I think Parker is a test to come back. Sheldrick's a test to come back.
All the boys.
Hopefully they push Heaney forward. Don't see it happening, but you can. A guy can pray. And I think James Jordan needs to go.
Yeah. Oh, needs to. Has to.
I think maybe because there's so many... Look at me. There's so many bad options in the forward line. I don't know why we're
still talking about James Jordan.
Because maybe people are hoping he's going to plug an F6.
It's fucking dud.
He's a dud.
I agree with that. Then you got Toby Stink. Champ, did you get rid of him? Or did you
I got rid of Stink the first week I brought him in.
Really?
And I'm getting Biggie Newen vibes from him.
Oh, all right. So you reckon Biggie Newen vibes is close enough to come in your team? We'll talk about that soon.
We'll talk about that soon.
Alex Sexton, well, apparently... well, yes, that makes sense. Toby Pink comes in because obviously he's a defender and all those boys are... You got money for jam with Graham and Khaleesi.
Yeah, I think you get rid of him because he's not going to be playing much.
Well, that's also true.
Kieran Dawson for the Kangaroos is... If he's fit, he's going to come back. I think he's going to push maybe Biggie out or is they going to keep Dawson out?
That's who I think Biggie's role is Pink's.
Biggie, can't you see?
Alex Sexton, yeah, I guess
Sorry
so. But he got 24 touches and 7 or 8 marks in the VFL. But
was he playing defence?
Yeah, so I don't see him coming back though.
I will keep him.
I will keep him too. He hasn't made enough money for him to get rid of yet.
I think the good thing with Sexton is we've went for a lot of games.
Gold Coast have Sundays and Saturday nights where you can loophole those boys in the forward line.
Yeah, and you can either loop your Darcys with your Cadmans or your Dempseys or whatever you want, and then you can kind of
Coleman's, all the boys.
Yep.
And then we got Caulfield, who obviously is out for another year, 12 weeks. So
I think Caulfield's pretty good to get rid of.
Most traded.
A lot of these non-playing rookies are going to come back to haunt you when the big buys come, and you don't want to be carrying, Caulfields and
you need to get rid of
all these other duds and Kinks and stuff. Now this is a funny one, Max King, because I know on this.
Oh, is this going on extra?
Yeah, this is the last 10. You will have that one. Max King, he. Literally, you probably traded him and you got your 2 shit numbers and now it's time to trade him out.
Trade him out, 37,000. What a bargain.
No, that was it. This is why we don't bring in the Hogans and the Max Kings. And the next time someone says bring in a key forward, we don't listen to them.
We don't. Luke Jackson, champ, that makes sense. He's got a 77. He got his worst number ever.
This does not make sense.
That makes sense for people. Well, I think CJ Summit, my boy up there, the Brownlow medalist leading he wants the Brownlow, by the way, now. He wants the Brownlow now. He's got a pretty decent team. I had a look at it today. He doesn't really have any trade down, but he is thinking about Luke Jackson. So a message for CJ and anyone else and any one of our viewers.
Do not get rid of Jackson. I've got so many reasons why. This is the first reason. If you have Gorn, which every good player should have him, he's going to cover Gorn this week. Number 2 is they're playing West Coast. So even if Darcy is back, he's going to be forward, kicking a bag of 6.
Plunking.
He's at least a keep for this round. If he can't score well against West Coast, then reassess. But tell me another top 6 forward that's better than Luke Jackson anyway.
Top 6? Yeah, probably not.
Keep Jackson.
Matt Crouch. Now, by the way, me and Geordie are versing each other. We both...
Are we versing each other?
In the Cash League.
Oh.
We both got Matt Crouch, champ. So, on the risk that Geordie does get rid of him, I will be getting rid of him too. So, that suspension, unless he fights it and wins, but is there any update?
They have said they're not going to fight.
So, he will be traded
sometimes it's happened where they've said that and then they've come back and fought it. But I don't think they're going to do that for Matty Crouch, which is quite upsetting.
He's part of my double Premo upgrade scheme.
So, you were thinking, is this just for you, or do you think all people that have Matt Crouch, the best play is to trade him?
Well, I guess so. Like, if you have a look at the rankings and if you have a look at the players who've traded him out, the top 1% of teams that probably need to cover him to stay up and be competitive, I think it's fine.
Well, it is a sideways trade.
But that's for that. But then you've got someone like, us that are, mid thousands as far as do we want to get rid of him or not? But I think he's last by...
He's averaging 108.
I think he's done his job. For me anyway, there's not many people will have Richmond and Melbourne play. Maybe you'll have a Petracca and a Gorn, as far as 2 Primos out this week. I've only got Gorn out this week. I'm sure... I think a lot of people will only have Gorn out this week.
Tom Brown.
Tom Brown's not a premium. So you can cover his 20.
Will be.
You can cover his 22.
29.
To get a 29. Wow. Get a 29. But what do you think, Cam?
I've been tossing and turning about Matt Crouch all night, and it's really disappointing because we got someone like Crouch to cover all the until his bye. And 180 is averaging, which is pretty good. I don't think he's dipped below 27 or so touches per game. He's kind of the player that can't be pushed forward, can't be pushed into the defence. The only place he can be pushed is the bench into the reserves. Mm-hmm. So...
Which is I'd rather him be in the forward
He was
line.
very instrumental to coming back against Carlton in that last quarter.
I think he was on 40. Well, he gave away... Well, he knocked out Carroll with that.
If that was this play on and that was a hard ball, get handball effective to Berry, that was at least another 6 or 7 points.
Well, he was on for 48 points when he did that hit. And then he ended up on 91, which I was going for dinner. And then I came back and I realised, what the hell did he do? But look, he's a great player, but George's verdict is traded out. Yes or no?
Maybe.
Then we got Cadman here. I can see why his break-even's like 44 or something. And, he's a nice, decent price. He's major 143,000. I think it's okay to cash him in at this stage, especially if you want to bring some Flanders from the midfield to the forward line like I need to.
Wiedemann will probably take Hogan. McGovern's out, maybe
Left-hand Carlton?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I think he can he do some damage against the Blues, maybe?
No. I'll
No.
probably say 60, 70 minutes.
Can he get some DPP after this week? Ruck DPP?
Counting on Sam Darcy for that.
Cool.
I'll say no. I think Cadman's out. I think he's one of my outs this week. Dursma,
What a piece
of North Melbourne turds that one is. He has made 12K for all you guys that have kept him in.
Poo-poo's all over the place with that one.
Yeah, Jordan Dawson, finally, he's lost 133K. The people that are trading him out, that must sting.
You can't just get rid of him after he's lost 40K.
He lost 130K all up, Jules. It's a bad investment.
So well,
sometimes you need to cut your losses.
You don't sell low and buy high.
No, you don't. But sometimes you need to cut your losses. Now, I don't know.
Is he going to bounce back from this price?
Champ, get him to Degoe. Make some money.
Yuck.
Yeah, I know, it's yuck.
All right, but you don't honestly stop talking shit. Do you think Dawson is ever going to be more expensive in the whole season than 517?
What's his break even?
Ever in the season?
I don't know. Champ, I
His
don't know.
break is like 120 or something.
He's playing like shit.
130.
He's playing like he could potentially get it, but he's playing like shit, and you've held on to him this long. Like we're going to say the same thing over and over. If he's in the most traded in next week, we're having the same conversation.
Okay, but if he gets 130 this week, we're going to be talking about trading him in, aren't we?
Champ Dawson bores me. Once he gets a couple of 120s, then we can talk about a trade.
If he gets 120, he's going to be ready to pick up at that price.
I'm not convinced.
At that price.
It's a great price. It's a great price for a Dawson of last year, but a Dawson of this year shows me that
This is the same Dawson. He's just been inefficient.
Okay.
Okay.
I hate it. Campbell makes sense by, say he's made his 111k. That's a good pickup.
Well, a lot of people are getting rid of the 1 round prodigy Tom Brown.
Yeah, but it makes sense. They need to get those Khaleesi's and Grahams. Like, you got to, like, I can get that. Like, I don't have to, but I'll trade out someone else. But he's made 88k, and you'll get 140k if you get a Khaleesi, or 120k if you get a Graham. So it's not bad. Zach Reed makes sense. Marty Hall, he could be back in round 7, so I would hold on to Hall.
Hold on to Marty Hall?
Yeah.
Is he best 22?
I think so. I think he could. Well, round 7 available.
Do you have Marty Hall?
That's why I'm holding on to him. But I'm not going to trade him out for 40k. Not even.
Yeah, I think he's one of the rookies like Zach Reed that will come back and play. Do you have Zach Reed?
No, I traded him out. I had them all. I had Hall, Caulfield, and Reed. I couldn't keep.
And then you were lucky because you had so much shit to fix up. You couldn't get rid of Young and stuff.
It wasn't luck. It was just brains, champ.
That was just brilliant. that was just planned.
Brilliant. And Petracca obviously had his bye, got his shittest score of the.
What do you think about trading at Petracca if you're a track owner?
You would hate that price drop.
You would hate the price drop. If you had Petracca, would you be trading him?
Same thing as Jack's, like, Crouch. Like
this is not the same as Crouch.
No, as in the point where if you are in the top 1%, top 0% trying to fight for it, you can see. And a lot of players that are in our league and are in our network and in the socials in the community, they're pretty high up. So, and I'm sure the people that have Petracca that are trading him out would be high up, because before this round he was averaging top 5.
If I had Petracca, I would rather trade out Petracca before Crouch, because at least Petracca has his buy. When he comes back, he's going to be losing money because he just got a 40 or 50.
Yeah.
Matt Crouch at least got 91. He's still priced at 535, so he's not going to lose anything. Petracca is on his buy, so I'd rather be trading out Petracca before Crouch personally.
That makes sense, but yeah, like Jam, I think you said this is the start of the season. You hold Petracca till his buy, and then you get a downgrade to Dacos, which you would have made 100,000 or 80,000 to get that Dacos after his buy. So maybe Petracca's people that don't have Dacos are getting him in, but I don't mind it. I would trade Petracca. I'd trade Dawson as well.
You just trade everyone.
No, I will not, because Tom Brown is a lock.
He's gone.
He'll
2 weeks time.
He'll be a saviour. He will be gone in 2 weeks' time when he gets rid of that 95.
No, let's talk about the trade-ins, Matt Z's, because we have Khaleesi and Graham, the top 1, 2. That's a bit no-brainer. Will Graham and Khaleesi, very cheaply priced. We both think they're going to get DPP. Khaleesi is going to be getting his DPP after this round. And so we got defender, midfielder, Gold Coast pair of rookies scoring pretty well. You need to get both of them in. This is a no argument situation.
Yeah, and a lot of people already jumped on Khaleesi. That's why he's second, but he was number 1 last week as most traded in. And the boys that went early, me included, Geordie included, and a lot of the community out there included, would have soaked up that 124 that he got.
I soaked up that Graham going early on him.
How many tackles did he get, champ?
14. Which was more than the whole Hawthorn midfield.
Yeah, I heard that Hawthorn side had the worst stats in history as far as kicks, handballs, tackles. Everything that they did was just pathetic.
I didn't watch it because of Port Adelaide Fremantle game. I love a Fremantle game.
I love a Rose game too, champ.
Now, this is the big talking point, the Charlie Comban. Now,
is it enough?
He's pretty cheaply priced at 227, and I think if he's 74 is going to be one of his lower scores. I personally don't see enough money in him to be grabbing him. I know he can make 100k pretty easily with a pair of 70s.
Yeah.
God, I hate North Melbourne defenders, but I don't like him because he doesn't, like, if I go Cadman to him and you get a 20, 30, 40k, it's not enough for me. And I don't think, I can see why people are doing it because they feel some of that shit in the forward line.
Oh, look, if you didn't get that, if you got 2 of the same numbers, same as Meek, Meek stunk it up as well. But he got that big number in the first game, which was
126 or something.
129. and he got a 75. Obviously, last week's scores when he got that 129, he got 25 touches and 8 marks. He got 11 touches less. Still got 9 marks though. It's just a no for me. I thought I was going to go for him, but
not convinced. Would it have an 85 convinced you?
I think it might have.
I think it would have too.
I think it would have convinced
When
you.
I see some 70s, I don't know. I'm like, oh man, Darcy can get me a 70. I don't want. Charlie Comben's going to be a no for me. You're not going to be seeing a Comben in the Supercoach Master Geordie team.
Same.
And I think that's pretty confident.
Yeah,
saying that.
Same as me, champ. The next one here, whilst very interesting, I was considering him.
He went fucking boom.
He went boom. I'm worried about Chera coming back in. Obviously, Walsh had a lot of CBAs this game.
You think Chera's going to be pushing him out after Walsh was their best on ground?
They
for
still
Carlton?
lost the game.
But it's not Walsh's fault.
All right, now people can argue we've got Blake Agers on the wing and we've got Ollie Hollands and Cottrell and these guys can rotate on the wings. But his price isn't going to change next week anyway.
Chera was a winger at Fremantle, wasn't he? He can go on the wing.
No, he was on the ball. He was on the ball with Brayshaw, Sarong and...
We'll put him on the wing.
Yeah, we'll put him on the wing.
I don't know about Walsh. I mean, you can always wait if you're scared about that. But, man, he was absolutely dominant, and I don't think Vossi's going to want to play him anywhere else. I think after the press he said he's so important, he's going to help us get back the contested
Another
ball in the
comment I want to
midfield.
make, like he did get a lot of tackles, so clearly his back injuries are done. Like if you're tackling 15, how many? I think about 13 or 14 times.
I mean, he had back injuries the last 2 years. I just somehow don't think they're just done. I think it's there somewhere.
Who knows? Well, who knows? He played and he did a lot of tackles with a lot of pressure and a lot of pump. But I like Walsh. I like his buy. I want to watch him one more week to see what Chera does to his CBAs and scoring potential. Because last year, at the start of this preseason, we were talking about how we wouldn't get Walsh anyway. He wasn't really injured. He was playing. He just wasn't scoring well. And Carlton were, coming to be a top 4 team in the last half of the season. But he did have a good finals campaign, Walsh.
He did. A great one.
I think I just want to see Chera, but again, Chera was in there, so was Cripps. Was there any injuries last year for Carlton? Probably not. Anyway, he's not going anywhere as far as price, so if he gets another 166, that's sad.
If someone can only afford to bring in one midfield premium this week, is Welsh at the top of the list?
Not for me.
No? Okay.
What about you?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I've got other people that I want to look at, but I don't mind. Depends on how many people trade him in because he might be a bit of a pod, and I'm thinking I need to be a bit poddy.
It's already 4.7% of teams are trading him in, and it's not even Tuesday yet. So it's a lot. So
it is a lot.
By Friday, it should be in 20% of teams by Thursday.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, next one, Newen. I think people are jumping a bit early, but you need to get that
he
cash.
the best downgrade option besides the Gold Coast boys? And if not, tell me who is.
No one is, because no one's played 2 games.
If not him, tell me who is.
Comben, because he's going up in price.
It's not even a downgrade.
Comben's not even a downgrade.
It's like an upgrade from a Dry Clark.
That's also true.
But yeah, I think Biggie is an interesting one because if you went early on Graham like me, he's the only kind of one that you kind of...
Job security scares me with Newen. Hugo Garcia is another option that's cheap, but he looked pretty good. But obviously, to get on the park, someone had to get concussed, or broke his. What did Max King do?
Play shit
and get hurt. So something like that has to happen. But I don't even know if I'll get him in next week.
Well, if he gets another 80, you might.
Maybe.
But Biggie, yeah, if he gets another good score, I'll bring him in. I might consider bringing him this week because there's no other people that I can bring in because I've already downgraded Graham and you don't really want to stop upgrading when there's some people that are on the bubble. Speaking of the next bloke, Isaac Heaney. God, oh God. Now he's pretty expensive and he's only going to get more expensive.
Well, he can't be. Last time I checked when I got him, he was like 4 was he now?
Good price, guys.
Oh, Giles, he has gone up 154k, number 1 in Supercoach average. How can you not get him? Jam, we're gonna have
how? I'll tell you how. Because he went up 154k. And it's pretty damn pricey, and he's probably going to be up more expensive.
Jesus Christ.
He has a pretty easy run coming up, mate. He's got the Gold Coast, and I'm pretty sure he's got Hawthorn somewhere soon.
I love it, Chad.
So it's going to be pretty tough. If you want to maybe feel a little bit better about not picking him if you can't afford him. Maybe Parker's coming back, Shouldry's coming back.
You can think all you want, champ. It's Heaney. He's going to be number 1 in the forward line by miles. So it's a great get, whoever's trying to bring him in, regardless of his price, because he's just number 1 average Supercoach player. Captain, vice-captain options all year round, especially when they go for those teams that you were suggesting. But Jules, I want to talk about the guy that I brought in, Jack Steele.
Do you want to talk about him, or do you just want to?
I just want to. He just keeps getting better. Is he back, champ? You got to admit now.
He's back. He's back now.
He's back.
I told you, when he starts getting the high 20 possessions, he's back. When he gets his 24s and 25s, I'm not convinced. But he's doing pretty good now, and he's really starting to come in to some good form. And for some reason, no one gives any attention to Jack Steele on the field from the opposition.
Well,
no one.
That's great. And keep it that way.
Now, Matty, Jack Steele, same price as Heaney. If you don't have either of them, which one would you be going for?
Heaney's going to be number 1 in his line, and he is number 1 average in the league.
Now, do you think Jack Steele is the number 1 midfielder to be grabbed if you already have Heaney, or do you have some other midfielders ahead of Steele?
Look, to be honest, Jack Steele is cheaper than Merritt, is cheaper than Rowell, is cheaper than, I don't know about Green, because Green would have lost a bit of money.
It's about the same price.
About the same price. Like, he is on the rise, and like Geordie said, no one's tagging him. He's the number 1 midfielder in his fish pond, which is pretty shit because the next best midfielder in St Kilda is Windhager or fucking Seb Ross. I love it. And that's why
cool.
Smart people, I love it. Now, Chad, this is another one interesting, Yo.
I spoke to you about Yo.
You were this close getting him last week, I thought. And then I said, what did I say?
You tell me what you said.
I don't remember either.
You said something on the lines of...
Like, you know, our intro says, yeah, he's a lock. You know, as I was being sarcastic, that was that was about Yo, and we were both bagging him. Now, champ, I don't know about you, but he's on my radar.
He was on my radar last week. You told me that you said if you don't get him this week, it's going to be too late to get him.
But he got that 156.
I told you, like, Matty, it's Richmond. He's probably going to get 130. And then you say, yeah, if he gets 130, it's going to be too late to get him. But what, because you got to 157 now, it's not too late to get him?
Because he's still got heaps of money to make.
It doesn't matter how much money we make. If you're picking him up at that price, you're picking him to be a keeper.
Well, 530 is pretty cheap, champ, for someone.
Are you not worried about whatever injuries he's had his whole career?
I'm worried about his potential to score. Like, the last 3 out of his 5 scores, he got below 80. So.
I know, I told you that. And you're like, look at his possessions, though. And you're like, nah. I know what you said. It's West Coast.
Okay, let's...
I know you do want to watch West Coast.
I don't want to watch West Coast. So I still wouldn't watch it even if I pick him up. But we'll talk about our trades anyway soon enough. Hugo Garcia, we touched on him.
I want to talk about Yo.
We'll talk about him because he could potentially be in our trade. So let's talk about it then.
Hugo Garcia, no.
Yeah, okay. And Flanders, yeah, if you don't have him in now, it's a good time to get him in. He's a superstar. Marshall makes sense. I'm surprised. Yeah, Ron Marshall's up there, but yeah, he scored a big number, 120.
I'm trading out Ryder Marshall for.
Matty Rowell, yep, I like that too.
Matty Rowell's the same price as Steele.
Who'd you rather?
I would rather Rowell.
Lies.
I would rather Rowell. I know that he's playing West Coast twice or North Melbourne twice coming up still.
Yeah, still got some big games coming up. What I don't like about it, he just needs to if he gets 30 possessions, he'll just get 160 every week, but he just... 22 touches and a goal and so many contests got him.
One day he's going to get 35 touches. He's going to get a 180. Yeah. I reckon Rowell is close to a 180. He's very close.
Yeah, I concur, champ. Dacos coming in. Obviously, his buy's done. Why not?
Everyone who doesn't have him is a great trade-in to get Dacos at that price after his buy. It's so good. Delicious.
83k cheaper. Sheasel, why don't you people have him?
You can say the same about Luke Ryan because he's destroying it.
Well, Sheasel was like, what? How much?
Luke Ryan got like 30 points in the last couple of minutes of that game.
James Sheasel was like, what? 70,000 cheaper than him at the starting price. But Sheasel's superstar, 159, just holds it up. Got like 13 marks. Blake Drury, champ, he's a good one to come up because he's in the forward line getting...
Yeah, he's in North Melbourne's forward line.
Yeah, I think we had enough.
I think everyone's looking...
How many shots have we had at these North Melbourne rookies and just failed?
One's got to do good.
Which one has done good? You can't say McKercher.
No. One's got to do good.
No.
Okay. Eventually.
Which one? Is it Comben? Is it going to be...
Well, Comben's not even a rookie. He's
Pink?
No, he's not.
So obviously Pink didn't
Maybe
work.
Biggie.
Maybe. There's just two. Lorazzo didn't do his been sub and he's a rookie price, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
They just can't get enough points. Don't get
people are trying to find a second downgrade.
I reckon go for Hugo Garcia. Because
That's disgusting.
He played a lot of CBAs.
Oh, 10 touches or something.
Enough.
Hugo Garcia's so shit. He's really bad.
DPP, I like it.
It's not good.
I'll bring him in next week. You watch.
Oh, yeah, after he gets
And
the
here's
third
another one
goal,
we're going to talk about. My boy, Dane Zorko, the 70-year-old man, 67 champ. He is...
The role is great, but he's literally like Lieber. He's got one foot in the grave.
But he's...
What's with you and the old blokes?
I don't know. Who are the old blokes?
Lieber.
And I
Zorko.
don't have Libba.
Yo. How old's Yo? He looks old.
His eyes just look funny to me. I always say it. His eyes are too close together. Yeah. Have a look at him properly. If we can get a...
You know what? I tell you why Yo is actually... His role this year is so much better because he's just getting CBAs. Last year they played him that half back and then they put him CBAs.
I actually watched that game. It was the only game on at the end of the...
How'd you like Harley Reid?
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Harley Reid was fine. Let's talk about Yo.
Jane, you're going to need to bag Reid because 80%... He's the highest owned player in the competition.
I don't
so
care.
the shitter he does, the better you do.
Oh, well, I didn't expect him to do that. So, but then again, like I said, if fucking...
Some people are saying F6. What do you think? Some people are trading him in this week.
No one's trading in this week.
He is.
No one's getting traded in this week.
I saw someone on the stupid SuperCoach page, the one that no one likes, saying, I'm bringing...
Yeah, there's so many clowns, though, in that thing. Anyway, look, Zorko, he's old. Yeah, all right, who cares? What are we going to do? But we'll talk about that.
Some people are trading in Darcy. What do you think of that? He's made 128k already.
Now, okay, so I don't think we should do the top 20 because this is just ridiculous.
Matty, this is what the 20 most popular trades are. Like, Luke Ryan's the next one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would you pay 653k for a Luke Ryan?
Surely
he's got to be cheaper at some point. Surely. I told you, he's just doing so much kick-outs now that Hayden Young's not back out there.
Well, look, he's only put 40k on his starting price, so it's not too bad. So he's...
I mean, he's pretty damn expensive.
Cam McAuliffe, is he one to snare in?
It's McAuliffe.
Why is he snaring in when he's not even playing this week? See, this is what I mean. Why would
there's no other downgrade options. And let's talk about McAndrew because he's 300k and he is averaging over 95.
He's the Chase Jones of this year, champ. Get him in.
He is nowhere near on my radar. Now, let's talk about who is on my radar to get out.
Okay, to get out.
Now, Matty, potential trade outs. No surprise to see Matty Crouch after undisciplined hard ball get. He's on our chopping block. I also have Sanders, Cadman, and the Clarkster, who's made a whopping 60k.
Yeah.
Matty, you got the Boner, the Crouch, and the Sanders, the Cadman, and Clarkster. So pretty much exact same as my trade outs, except you got an extra Boner in there.
I love a big Boner. So immature, Jules. Grow up!
You're the one who said it, champ.
Yeah, but you're like a schoolgirl. Boner. All right, but look, they're all viable people. Chords, obviously Matt Crouch, suspended, got to get rid of him. Sanders, I think I might keep him this week. Cadman, I think it's his time to go. Clark, I think he's too cheap to get rid of, so I'm just going to stay with him.
Do you like Clark?
Out of these three...
Do you like Clark?
I don't, but...
Do you want to kiss him?
I'd love to, but I think it's I think it's Bonner, Cadman, and Crouch are my outs.
I think we established that with the graphic.
How so?
Potential trade-ins. We have... Matty is pretty wrote in the whole list of players he wants. But I've got Anderson, Young, Heaney. They're the only players that I'm considering bringing in. And Pig and you, and I'm ready to get hurt again.
Oh,
Another Toby Pig. Another Toby Stink special.
You'll come in, and then you'll play shit, and Toby Pig will get a call up.
I'm going to tell you why I'm considering Anderson so strongly. Because there's another one that I was talking to you during the week. I'm like, Matty Anderson, could be something.
Tell me why, George.
He's leading the CBAs for Gold Coast last 2 weeks. Usually he played under, who's that fat guy, Stuart Yu, and he went half wing, half CBAs. He's actually getting more CBAs than Rao and Took Miller, and he's actually got in the high 90s last 2 games. I'm really liking Anderson, coming off a big game as well. So I really like Anderson. He's still not over 600K. He's that 5'7", 5'8" mark. Really strong consideration. Young is going to be a top 6 or 8 defender, and Heaney's going to be a top 4. So those are my picks. The reason Anderson is slightly leaning towards is because he's a massive POD, and I kind of want to get someone a bit different in. Matt Seeves, talk to me through your ones.
All right, so Anderson, everything that you just said, also with Took Miller too, they're both literally 4K different from each other. I can afford to get 2 players that are 5'9" or less. Hence why you've got Walsh, Anderson, Took Miller, and that's if I trade out Bonner. But I think I'm going to, trade out Sanders. But I'm not going to trade out Sanders. I'm going to trade out Cadman. So Cadman will go, I think. So would Crouch, and so will Bonner, which will leave me. Took Miller is pretty much, I think, my front runner before Anderson, only because I love Took.
And so I'm guessing out of the midfield ones, Anderson, Walsh, and Took, give me them in order. Who do you have number one? Took Miller?
Took Anderson, Walsh.
Cool. Now, Zorko and Yo, is that a second premium upgrade you're thinking? Or a second sideways from Matt Crouch?
Yes.
So who do you have above Zorko or Yo? Obviously, you think
so
Yo...
there's some pros and cons for all, and this is stumping my brain. Like, I like Zorko.
Let me help you out.
Go on.
Give me your pros and cons first.
I'll rather them. Help me out. Well, first of all, I've got about 5 premiums in the round of 12 buy, which is the first buy of the next big one. Putting Zorko in there will make it 6. But then again, Zorko...
Then you've got a good run home after it.
They've got a good run home. I'll have a real shit week that week if I get a Zorko. But I just love his role. And they're both the same price. Zorko and Yo are the same price, pretty much. Obviously, Yo came off a big... But do I want a Yo to finish up my back line? Probably not. And I hate West Coast, but he also sits in a buy where I've only got Gawn and... I don't even have Stewart yet, in that buy. And that's why I'm getting Took Miller or Anderson or Walsh, because that round 14 buy, if you have a look at your own team, I'm pretty sure that's the buy that...
So why don't you get a De Goey instead of a Took Miller, and then you can get that Luke Ryan to finish off your back line?
That's a really shit idea. I'd rather Took Miller. I want to finish off my forward line with Zorko and then just play Darcy and loophole Coleman.
So what you're telling me to write to my face right now is you're getting Miller and Zorko.
I could get Miller or Zorko or Miller or Yo.
So you still haven't decided yet. Now I'm going to just point out all the negatives for you. Zorko, 35 years old. And then usually I say, he's not 35. He's actually 35 years old.
I hate it.
He's old. He's angry. He's probably a shit human. He gets suspended from time to time. Gets injured from time to time.
I was in the gym training, and I'm going to say it, even though you can beep it out if you want.
But please don't make more work for me.
No, it's not that bad. But anyway, some guy was training. I was overhearing these two guys talk about Zorko when he did something real evil last year. And he just said, Zorko looks like a fat lesbian. And I thought it was pretty funny. But you can beep it out. But I had to tell that story. But I hate Zorko, but I love his role. But what I'm worried about is... McKenna's coming back this week.
Are you worried about how close Elliot Yo's eyes are to each other?
That is another reason why, and I hate West Coast. And Dom Sheed killed it in the midfield, in the VFL.
Elliot Yo should be very worried about that.
Not Elliot Yo, just his midfield time.
Oh yeah, because Elliot Yo midfield time is going to make room for Dom Sheed, guys. You heard it first.
Don Sheed's another old superstar for West Coast. Who knows? They might be. Who knows? But McKenna could be coming back this week. I don't know. I need to see the teams on who's in.
McKenna's even going to really stop Zorko.
Well, he's going to take his kickouts. You know Zorko had like 4 or 5 kickouts?
That's amazing. I didn't look too much into it because I'm not getting Zorko.
That's fine. But you need to understand these things for the people that are getting Zorko.
Man, you literally said to me last week that if you don't get Yo this week, George, you're never going to get him. You shouldn't be getting him the week after.
He got 157,
I told you he was going to probably get 130 against Richmond's midfield, and you still said that.
Champ, and I told you that Zorko...
Sometimes you're like a walking contradiction, and that's one of those just really...
Champ, I really want Zorko, but if Zorko had the second buy, he'll be a front runner.
Second buy? You mean the third buy?
The one where Yo has, yes.
The third buy. All right, well that's perfect, Matty. That's really good. That's great.
Are you gonna edit that out?
No,
good.
It's too good.
It's too good.
Now, Matty.
Yeah. What's next on the agenda?
Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm probably not going to trade. But if I do trade, I've got to get Biggie New in it. And then if I want to get anyone good, I've got to trade at Matt Crouch, which I really don't want to do. Unless I make 3 trade juices and use another boost, and then I've got another downgrade option with Biggie Newen, which I don't want to do.
If you tell me that you're not going to get rid of Matt Crouch, I won't get rid of him either. And then
Why does that matter?
Then I don't have to get a Zorko or a Yo.
I want you to get a Zorko or a Yo.
No, that's fine.
I'm trading him out. Get him.
All right, trading Yo back out. Yo was...
No, don't.
I'll get Crouch back.
He's good.
Crouch back.
He's really good. He's going to play 22 games, I swear.
Yeah, we'll save a boost as well.
Get Zorko. Guys, please help me. Write in the comments who Matty should get out of Zorko and Yo.
Or keep Matt Crouch.
No. Zorko or Yo, guys.
Or keep Matt Crouch.
Nah,
Because it's the best 18. He'll come back. You're right, champ. You actually convinced me. He hasn't really done anything.
Shouldn't be so logical for you.
All right, there
But
we go. There we can loophole Carroll and Wilson. Perfect, champ.
Great,
Easy.
that's super solid. Now, Matty, Carroll's probably going to be the sub. Wilson's probably going to get a 40, so that's not going to help you. Now, let me tell you something about Zorko.
Yeah.
Zorko, great role. 120s. Midfielder only. He just got 157.
I don't know what to do.
So Elliot Yo owns that midfield.
Wow, he sure does.
All right, now let's talk about some captains because I have something to say. I think Luke Jackson's going to do really well this week, and I think he's worth vice captain if you have a good captain option after him, which is probably going to be a Heaney or one of the Gold Coast superstars. I like Jackson vice captain. I don't have any Gold Coast or Heaney superstar to make captain, so I can't put him vice, and he's too risky for a captain. Would you put Jackson vice captain?
No.
Matty, you got to listen to me. You got to put Jackson vice captain.
Champ, West Coast are really on the run. They've got Harley Reid, they've got Yo, they've got Jake Waterman. They're on their way.
Imagine them against Sarong, Brayshaw, Young, Darcy and Jackson. They're going to get creamed.
Look, I think just based on...
And you think Tabernar's kicking the goals down there?
No, it's going to be Jackson.
He will.
He will. I know. I think Sarong is a better captain.
Usually I don't want you to do good because you're a piece of shit when you do good. But I'm actually helping you guys and him. Luke Jackson,
he's one
vice
of the
captain.
most traded players out.
Because people are idiots. Vice captain Luke Jackson against West Coast.
And who would you captain?
Heaney.
You don't have him.
I don't have him because I can't do that move.
You can't even captain him.
I can't do that, but you guys should because you guys have Heaney. Vice captain Jackson into captain Heaney.
Nah.
All right, well, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking Jack Steele against Western Bulldogs at Marvel's going to hurt them really hard. And then...
This is exactly why Foxdale keeps,
I know.
umming and ahhing with our Foxdale show because you keep being politically incorrect.
All right, okay. Steele vice captain is a good choice. I wouldn't touch the Essendon Adelaide one.
Not even...
I wouldn't mind...
After a drink or two?
No, not even. After, I think Butters and Rose have a good shot of really hurting Collingwood. Hurting is my equivalent.
You're not talking about Bont.
I'm skipping him.
Why?
I think he is...
No liver. Thursday night football. First off the bat, I think a lot of people will be having vice captain on Bont.
Let them. I'd rather Steele than Bont right now.
Wow. Wait, you're saying that because you don't have Bont, but if you had Bont, you'd be tempted to put the vice captain on him, surely.
Be different, guys. Okay,
let's see what's actually happening in the world of football for vice captaincy.
But a good captain choice is definitely Sarong.
Well, Bont is one of the highest vice captain. The second highest is Jack Steele. So
there you go.
The third highest is Jack Steele.
Yeah.
For some reason, Nick Dacos is.
But the funny thing is, there's 70%, 50% of people have Bont. Only 22% of people have Steele, and Steele is still second. So I would say Steele is the best option. Even people that have Steele and Bont.
What about Heaney?
What about Heaney? He's not a vice captain.
Is he a good captain option if that fails? Which I'm hoping it does.
But Champa, look, even though he's number one averaging, I would only put Heaney as a vice captain option because I'm still scared that he just might.
But he's the number one averaging player.
I know, I'm still scared he won't get a 70. I don't want to jinx him.
Gold Coast,
I only would, look, I like Heaney. I still don't trust him and he's number one, but I wouldn't put him captain up front. I would.
Okay, so if you don't have Jack Steele, what do you recommend for the people out there to do for vice captain and captain?
Butters. Port Adelaide against Collingwood. Collingwood don't do anything against...
20% teams have Butters only. Who else you got?
Rosés.
No one's got Rose except for you and CJ. So 10% of teams.
What do you think Tom Green will do against Carlton?
I'd like it, but I'm scared because Carlton tag
Hewitt.
I do. I'm scared of it a little bit. I think if I was going to make him anything, it would be vice captain only. I feel more comfortable.
Well, look, everyone's normally got Max Gawn vice captain or captain, even though he's out. So people are going to have to be creative. Going to have to trust your midfielders because...
Luke Jackson, what an opportunity, guys. Surely you guys are with me on this.
Look, I'm not convinced.
If I trade in Heaney this week for some chance, I will go Luke Jackson, vice captain, to Heaney, captain.
I would stay with Steele and Sarong. That's my choice this week.
Steele and Sarong. That's not too bad. Yeah. Sarong's a pretty good, safe captain option, you'd think, against West Coast's Harley Reid and Yo and Tim Kelly.
That's it from me, Jude.
That's it, folks. Guys, if you like the podcast and you like what you just heard, Please subscribe. Let Matty know about his Zorko or Yo conundrum.
No.
He needs help, guys.
I don't.
He needs help.
I'm gonna
He needs serious mental health.
I'm gonna
he needs
keep
medication.
Crouch. I'm gonna keep Crouch.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna keep.
Matty, you need to beat me in the cash league.
Champ, I'm gonna keep him. I probably will. I beat you with 3. You've been not picking players with the buys, and I've had more premiums on the field for the last 2 weeks, and I've been beating you every week. So another premium extra on the bench.
It takes one big Tom Stewart game, and that's all it's going to take, champ. Now, if you like what we're wearing, you look at these pair of beanies and these, not the jumpers, but the polos. Get onto our merch store and buy some.
Champ, I'm out of here. Do your
next
rest.
one, guys.
Wrap it up. It's bedtime for me. See you later, everybody. Zips out.
Go, guys.
Go, guys. Love you, everybody.